In those rare moments when we actually think about the air around us, we typically think of oxygen that allows us to breathe. But did you know that oxygen makes up only 21% of the Earth's atmosphere? The rest is composed of nitrogen, argon, carbon dioxide, varying amounts of water vapor, and trace amounts of many other gases. These gases form our atmosphere. Like any type of matter, the gases in the air have mass. And since Earth's gravity causes the atmosphere to press down on the Earth's surface, we call this force atmospheric pressure. We don't usually notice the Earth's atmosphere pressing down on us, but we've lived with it our entire lives. So with this experiment, you'll appreciate how powerful air pressure is. Materials.
Materials: smooth table in a clear area, wooden ruler, newspaper. Procedure: first, set your ruler or meter stick on the table. If you're using a wooden ruler, allow about 5 inches of the ruler to protrude over the edge of the table. Place a piece of double folded newspaper over a part of the meter stick that is on the table. What do you think will happen when you strike the stick with a karate chop? Locate a spot on the meter stick a couple inches beyond where it protrudes of the table. Using the side of your palm, try to chop the stick in two using a knife hand strike. Next, unfold the newspaper and cover the stick with 1 or 2 sheets of newspaper. Smooth the paper over the stick so that there are no air pockets. Again, make sure the appropriate length of the stick extends over the edge of the table. Predict what you think will happen this time when you strike the meter stick.
I'm gonna break a rule.
Give the meter stick your best strike. Results: during the first chop, the ruler probably flew off the table and didn't break. During the second chop, you may have managed to chop the stick in two.
Why? But why? You were able to chop the steak in two because of air pressure. When you spread out the newspaper on top of the stick, you basically created a large suction cup because you're preventing air from flowing underneath. When you strike the ruler, it tries to lift up against the newspaper. But because the air can't flow very quickly into the space between the table and the newspaper, most of it simply pushes down on the newspaper and the ruler. If you live at a higher altitude, the air pressure is a bit less. For instance, citizens of the mile-high city of Denver, Colorado, have a shorter column of air pressing down on them, but it's still more than enough pressure to hold down the stick.
Overall, it is hard to comprehend the complexity of everything that surrounds us, and experiments like this help us understand science in a fun way.
Drop the bass. I'm gonna break the rule.